Hi, everybody. It is Friday, June 9th. Yeah, I'm just gonna, as usual, just making a video just to check in. Um, I think if you noticed by now that it's getting pretty obvious that we're winning now. So what what's basically been happening is, uh, as usual, it's all kind of behind the scenes, but we've won this battle against this corrupt system, and now we're just sort of watching it play out as far as being exposed. So what we're living through right now is basically disclosure of the truth of what's been going on. But as you know, with even my previous videos, what I've been shown or explained is it has to be exposed or disclosed a little slower than we first intended. So that's kind of what we're seeing right now. It's this slow demolition of this old system, um, and it's going to take years to actually completely tear it down. But it's mostly because people have to be willing to sort of participate in part of its destruction. So in other words, because because we're all connected with our consciousness, we have to all be okay with it. So what you've been seeing is more like uh, everything being exposed. So we've had to let things go on to expose it, to show how ridiculous and how crazy the direction this was going. Because I mean, the people that are the perpetrators have been doing this to us for thousands of years, let alone the hundreds of years that we're aware of. They play the long game, so they know how to slowly boil the frog, as they say. Just it's slowly implement their destruction of our society and the way we think and the way we basically how we run our lives. So that's why they took control of what we would call like the political systems, the judicial systems, things like that. So anyway, if you noticed, pretty sure you're aware. Yeah, it's getting exposed, and it's from what they've been telling me. This has been ongoing for quite a few years. But as far as this slow disclosure, they said it should be pretty common knowledge by the end of this year. So for me, I'm just sort of watching it play out. I'm there's nothing for me to really participate in or anything because I'm just literally standing back with my positive intention and keeping focused on a positive future, and I'm just watching it roll out. My biggest role has always been just don't conform and don't fall for all this stuff that's been going on. So that's I've already my job is finished sort of. However, what they've been telling me is I'm going to have something to do with once this is over. There'll be I guess I'll be activated as in like kind of because I know I'm gonna my main job sort of being here besides fighting along everybody else, the truth is to expose what's been going on and make people aware of it. But also, my my job I've always kind of known is going to be about the reconstruction. So what's coming in the future. Um, so if I can give you guys kind of a little bit of some heads up of what's coming in the future. If you're here, if you've lasted this long, and you're going to make it through all this. I mean, nobody dies in this realm, in this matrix. Your spirit keeps going on, but I'm just saying physically. If you're still here physically, what you're going to end up seeing is, yeah, the transformation of a whole new world. This because we've come here to fix this matrix. It's not to escape it. So we've all anchored in our energies, our positive energies, to try to fix. We're here to, and I know I've kind of touched on it a little bit before. This is a physical reality holodeck that we're here to help repair and get it back to the way it's supposed to function properly. And I mean, what everybody started slowly piecing things together, but the whole system is it's it's a it's a self-generating sort of enclosed system. Like in other words, everything we do is based on nature. So the food we're supposed to eat is supposed to be natural. Um, the energies that we use for daily living is supposed to be more natural. It's basically based on free energy, not usurped and then we have to pay for it or we have to manufacture or making new ways of doing things or sort of things that aren't really conducive to our world. Anyway, what I'm getting at is like what we're going back to is more like natural things, natural laws and things like that. So that's kind of where we're headed. So I've been preparing for this because in a sense that's kind of why I came here and also why I'm going to be more activated in the future. Then I can, and also we can actually start talking openly instead of me always going, well, I have to be careful what I say because it's going to be taken down. Um, so yeah, as far as going forward, I'm very enthusiastic because it's pretty much what they've been telling me is coming true. The truth is being exposed. Um, we're going to basically have this a transformation of like I said, going back, getting rid of this corrupt criminal organization that's been running this world. We're going to be getting rid of them, and then we're going to be going to new systems that we're probably not used to, which means we don't really need as much government. We've been hearing that over, you know, decades of even some politicians have been talking about it. We just have too much government. We have um, too much control. So we're going to be going to some new systems which we'll have to get used to, things like that. But one of the benefits of going forward is, like I said, if you've lasted this long, we're going to be into a new system of healthcare, which is not going to be based on pharma at all, and it's not going to be like hospitals and doctors. But there will be, like you've heard lots about it. It's med beds, but what that's going to do is basically it's going to be in conjunction with our re, basically reactivating our true physical, that more natural way of the way our bodies function. What I mean by that is uh, we've had our wings clipped, not only because of our fantastic abilities to dummy us down and everything, but also our DNA isn't working properly, and that will be fixed in the future, with along with med beds. But I'm just saying, med beds aren't going to be necessarily just like, well, you know, you're going to go there to just fix your problems or whatever, and then you're going to carry on, you know, with the same sort of lifestyles we've had before. We're going to be modifying ourselves slowly with better diet, things like that. But as far as the med beds are concerned, what they've been keep showing me is it's more like it's going to be aligning our DNA and our structure of these physical avatars to work better, including repairing our DNA strands. Like we've got 2 strands right now. We're going to have basically 3 strands of DNA. Somehow we're going to revert back to that, so it'll function properly. So And I think that's part of the shift to 5D, if we keep calling that. I'm starting to understand a little bit more about that concept, and we've all sort of tried to wrap our heads around it, but it's literally changing our frequencies. So it'll be the same world, although things will kind of change a little bit, from what I understand. It'll be like the Mandela effect, where things will not be there anymore. That it will have a faint memory of it, things like that. But literally, we're going to be shifting to a higher frequency. And I've always used the radio as an example of that. We're shifting from AM to FM on the dial, so that we're all going to be vibrating at a higher density. Yeah, basically, and that's going to be done. I guess we're sort of shifting through it. It'll take a few years, and not exactly sure when they started that. But this is, I guess, a natural cycle for us anyway. So, yeah, we're going to be transforming into higher density beings, and that's part of the natural. I call it a classroom. So it's more like that's kind of where we're all going to be graduating to. We're all going to be shifting to the next class, the next class up, to learn newer things and become more galactic, more, because we've really been held back, you guys. What it is, you know, whether you call them UFOs or whatever it is, it's like, of course they've always been there, but they've been kept from us, from our controllers, and we're almost like trying to do catch up now. We're trying to get into that galactic family, which is basically, these are all just giant classrooms for us to participate in newer lessons and newer experiences. So that's kind of where we're headed. Like I said, if you've lasted this long, yeah, things are going to get better. So it was really worth going through all this muck and getting out of it is going to be really rewarding. So that's kind of where we're heading. And yeah, I'm still here. I'm still working. I've got lots of projects. Yeah, and I'm still participating and being part of this movement. So, yep, just hanging in there. Things are slowly getting better, and it's only one place to go now, and that's up, I guess. Okay, stay positive. That's my short little video for today. Talk to you later. Bye.